facets of sin. The question of vikarma, prohibited action, or sin is very intriguing. Arjuna is also in this very dilemma and says that sin alone will occur by killing relations in battle. In fact, cultures have defined various karmas or actions as sins, and the list changes with time. In the modern context, countries have their penal codes which mandate some actions to be crimes or sins and thus punishable when committed. In any case, we keep punishing ourselves through guilt, regret, and shame when such perceived sins are performed by us. In this context, Krishna says that one hoping for naught, with controlled mind and body, having relinquished all possessions, doing mere bodily actions, incurs no sin. Krishna earlier talked about sin and told Arjuna to treat pleasure and pain, profit and loss, victory and defeat alike, and do battle whereby he would not incur any sin. The subtle issue to be understood in evaluating sin is that we normally evaluate it based on actions performed by us in the physical world, whereas for Krishna, it is the inner phenomenon. Whatever flows out of us is the result of our state of mind, and Krishna asks us to exercise control there. At a philosophical level, this raises many doubts in us, but at an experiential level, one attains clarity. Krishna further says that content with whatever is got unsought, raising above the pairs of dualities or dvandvatit, free from envy, equanimous in success and failure, though acting, he is not bound. In fact, this verse can be said to be a microcosm of the Gita, containing all the teachings given in the Gita at various places. Krishna tells us to attain Dvandvatit and use the divisive mind for mere bodily actions and nothing beyond that.